Intelligence porn. That's what FBI Director James Comey calls the exposés of WikiLeaks. Intelligence porn. Perhaps he was thinking about the titillating effect of reading someone else's papers, knowing you shouldn't be doing it, or watching X-rated stuff knowing that mom and dad probably would disapprove vigorously. It's the thrill of doing something you know you shouldn't be doing and getting away with it. That's why political manipulators grab hold of WikiLeaks reveals whenever Julian Assange decides he needs more attention. He publishes private material from a public figure, then the political manipulators start a self-serving smear campaign, offering excitement to political voyeurs and self-righteous types. It's a real thrill being an peeping Tom. On the other hand, in Matt Damon's early film, The Rainmaker, he plays the part of Rudy Baylor, a down-and-out ambulance-chasing lawyer in Memphis, handling the case of Donnie Ray Black, a 22-year-old man living in poverty and dying of leukemia. He might have had a chance to live were it not for the insurance company denying him coverage for medical care. Baylor attempts to take depositions from employees of the insurance company, but instead gets manipulated by opposing counsel, who is ensured that most witnesses are unavailable to be deposed. He's the puppet master who has even coached his client's employees to give frustrating runaround answers. At last, Baylor asks him, "Do you even remember when you first sold out?" It's a delightfully brutal truth that's exposed by his question. Wouldn't it be equally delightful to ask that question of the members of the Trump administration? Do you even remember when you first sold out? I confess that's intelligence porn I would gladly read. However sad the answers, it would be devilishly thrilling. And another thing. Every Sean Spicer White House press briefing is aired in full on the cable news networks. I don't remember that happening when Josh Earnest did press briefings for President Obama, nor do I remember all of Ari Fleischer's briefings for President Bush being broadcast in their entirety. Furthermore, every public utterance of Donald Trump is broadcast, even comments at dinner. Every rally, every Rose Garden ceremony, every photo op, everything is broadcast live and in full. All else is shoved aside, and it's been this way since the 2016 election cycle began. Estimates are that Trump got over $2 billion of free airtime, that is, free advertising, for his campaign because the networks broadcast everything Trump. To my knowledge, no other candidate or president has had public exposure like this, and it continues to this day. Why does this happen? Trump is a bottomless pit of need for attention, and the world accommodates him by broadcasting his endless stream of inanities. Somebody tell me why. And yet another thing. To Paul Ryan, President Trump, and all the Republicans running to the nearest TV camera and proclaiming victory for their health care bill like frat boys having a beer blast, and who assure us that the new legislation will cover pre-existing conditions. Shame on you for lying to us with misleading information about your extra support to cover pre-existing conditions. The bill you voted for but didn't read wasn't scored and was not evaluated by the Congressional Budget Office prior to the vote, the first time that's happened in all our history, provides pre-existing condition support that is less than 5% of what will be needed. It will leave millions of critically ill Americans without critical medical care. Shame on you. And finally, a fun activity. President Trump has a way of saying and tweeting things that are just vague enough or sufficiently troubling that they require endless interpretation that lasts until the next vague or troubling statement. Presidential speech shouldn't require endless guesses at his meeting. Nevertheless, the next time Trump says or tweets something that sets the world atilt and the chatter storm rages, count the number of times you hear public officials and politicos say, "I think what the president meant was..." Record your total in the comments section below the written blog for a chance to win the grand prize in the You Listen to Political Blabbers Too Much contest. First prize consists of our sending an electrician to your house to cut off the electrical plug in your TV. Because honestly, endless interpretation of the blabber in chief is bad for your health. This contest is just one of the public services we offer, and that's why you subscribe. I'm Jack Alshuler.